Hi, this episode of Stories for Monsters is not sponsored. Instead, I wanted to tell you about Anachronistic, a podcast by my friend Kyle Newbridge and directed by yours truly. Anachronistic follows Neil as he travels the country fixing rifts in time and space, alongside the love of his life, who he knows he'll never end up with. It's a fascinating look at human emotion and decisions, and I hope you enjoy it. Anachronistic is available wherever you get your podcasts. You're listening to Stories for Monsters, Episode 11, Deals. Fintan and Fiametta's circus was many things. It was daring and wonderful in a time when magic was being culled. It was well-traveled when it was safest for mage folk to stay where they were or hide. It wasn't strictly a circus, though. It was a business, one that used their powers in a socially acceptable way, a way that advertised them as freaks and clowns who could be easily quashed. But mostly it was legally employing and defending, sometimes with extreme measures, other peoples of magic, and it gave them a safe means to travel away from Revelita's mage war. Mostly. When they announced they wanted to travel through the night desert, not a single one of the circus folk dared to follow Fintan or Fiametta. Normally, the night desert would be circumvented. Vale wasn't considered a proper town, and its residents could never reliably be called friend or foe. The circus stayed behind, and Fintan and Fiametta went on alone through the mountain pass. If they didn't make it back, the players were free to move along on their own normal route. Even as the golden Ifriti approached, the sun high above dimmed and receded from view. The air became cold as a winter grave. The sounds of life in trees or rocks or bushes all hushed. And there it was. The black stain, a cursed ashen circle as far as they could see. A place of eternal darkness that fed on magic, but no longer directed it anywhere besides the pit at the very center, where the night magnolia once stood. Fin and Fia kept walking, ignoring the feeling sinking and twisting in their stomachs, the magic being pulled like life thread from their souls. Maybe it was luck, or fate wrenching Atera in a different direction. But before they crossed the line of sooty sand, they stopped. Sitting outside the night desert cross-legged was a strange young man draped in tattered sorcerer's robes. He was peering through an enchanted eyeglass at a very distant figure standing at the pit's edge. He held an eye of destiny.
So, they were telling the truth.
Why wouldn't they? He gave it to them. That's just what happened.
What do you mean he gave it to them? Didn't they have to do anything? Who was he anyway?
I don't have all the answers, Abigail.
But...
Trust me, I want to know as badly as you do. Nobody has budged. I've talked to everyone I can. Nothing.
Daddy would know.
Well, he isn't here right now.
I still want to know the rest.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So they got back to the shop.
I don't know. They typically stay out of things.
Not this time. If the underground church gets their way, the werecats would be wiped out with everyone else.
So?
Now we traded. We need a way in, and someone at the black market is our key. The underground church has weaknesses. Their reliance on vampires is the biggest one we can exploit.
So, black market vampires.
I know it's crazy. I'm scared too. But if we charge into their den directly, we'll just get killed before we can get close enough.
You're sure about that? There's no other way we could use the pearl?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Jules, you already got in with the market, right?
Had to. It's the only place people are still buying. That, and I can't just keep anything in the back anymore because of the inspections.
Jules has been keeping the shop under the radar. We both give people pointers and info, but they've got to stay, otherwise we start looking suspicious. I've been selling baubles and potions to make friends. Not all friends, but you know.
And what if they don't just let us go?
The fate of this kingdom is at stake, and you're worried about us?
Somebody has to watch out for you. All of you. And if you're not gonna do it...
I'm willing to go down for this. This is the first time I've felt like what I'm doing matters. The first time anybody has even bothered to expect more out of me.
I'm not. But I don't have a choice here. Not unless I want history to, She's got my eyes, you know, and everything that comes with that. I appreciate all you've done for me, I really do. It's my turn to pay it back.
I'm told the black market is a lot like it is now. It isn't a bustling, busy place. It garners no attention. A few people set up at different times during the month. You bring money and you might get what you're looking for if you know the right place and time, the right person to talk to, the right words to say, the right price. For some, that's a potion or a seal, an enchantment, a weapon, a way to forget, a way to remember. Sometimes it's about gold, Sometimes it's about everything. I don't know what happened the night Calcifer went in. No one, not Fintan or Fiametta, nor Calcifer or Jules, nor the werecats, or the sellers or buyers, nobody has told me what happened on that night. All I know is that Calcifer walked in with an eye of destiny, and he came out with this shell of a man. He's more of a whisper or a shadow through history. A raggedy coat with cloths wrapped all around him, covering every inch of skin. A top hat pulled down over his face, and thick gloves to protect his cold, shaky hands. His name is Roland.
Grandpa?
Yeah. Grandpa. Look, I have to go, okay? I'll be back, and I'll tell you more later. Are we good?
Yeah, okay.
Good. Soon. I promise.
Abigail? What is it?
Do you know what happened when Fintan and Fiametta went to the night desert?
What a peculiar question. Why the sudden curiosity?
Well,
Abby, you can tell me anything.
Well, Uncle Hartwin was telling stories again, and...
Hartwin? Interesting.
But he said he didn't know what happened. Can you tell me?
Stories for Monsters is a production of Rhetorical Answers. It is written, directed, produced, and primarily voiced by Fable McDaniel. The voice of Jules is Saborfly. The voice of Abigail is Tiahna Bredenkamp. The voice of Calcifer is Kyle Newbridge. The voice of Fiametta is Lauren McDaniel. Original music by Rhetorical Answers. Logo art by Kyle Newbridge. Special thanks to my patrons, and a big shout out to Adrianne, Cindy, Dariane, Jay, Marilyn, and Tiahna. This would be impossible without your support. Finally, thank you to my players for inspiring me to make such a fantastical world. If you like this and want more information, visit the website at rhetoricallanswers.net. And if you want to help support the show and the music and me making cool new things, please check out patreon.com/answers. Patrons get free stuff, surprises, early ad-free access, prompts, behind-the-scenes peeks at stuff, and their name in the credits. It's loads of fun, but most importantly, patrons are the reason I can even do this at all. And I hope that one day, with enough of you, I'll be able to tackle more ambitious projects and support myself doing this full time. Thanks for listening, and thanks for subscribing. Wait. Next time, the season finale of Stories for Monsters.